I omitted to say in that long note about does Bishuasi have some kind of problem with alcohol? Okay. What motivated me to say that was this correction I made on this shirt of mine. I had spelled zivug without this yod, okay? And I read online that if you don't have the yod, you gotta have the vowel point, okay? So what I did was, I put both forms of the word on this shirt, okay? I do. I have all the vowel points. The red dots here, these are the other vowel points. So it's spelled with the vowel points and without them. Without the vowel points, you got to have this yod. So I have both forms of the word here. Now, if you're looking at this, you might say, hey, I'm seeing double. And you know that there's a cliche that people who are drunk might see double. I don't know if they do or not, okay? But it is a kind of a cliche that a drunk will see double, blurry and double. So when I was looking at that, I was remembering how when I saw that video that I think Bishuasi may have made, she may not have. You realize I'm somebody in solitary confinement, so I could be seeing mirages like a person dying on a desk. Look, I'm an old man. I'm desperately trying to get out of this horrific life I've been in, this horrific solitary confinement, right? I'm desperately trying to get out at the end of my life, so maybe I'm seeing mirages. I've been in this solitary confinement so long. I've been on the desert so long that I'm seeing, hey, there's an oasis up there. I mean, there's no such thing, okay? So I'm not saying that the person I'm calling Bishuasi has a problem with alcohol. I'm not saying that, but even if she does, okay, let me say this about that. Aunt Rosemary, one of the people I've loved most in this world, she was an alcoholic, okay? So that didn't stop me from loving her, or mowing her lawn every week, or staying in touch with her till she passed away. It didn't. She was an alcoholic, but okay. She didn't go to AA or anything. She was an unrepentant alcoholic. Okay, no AA for her, and she was functional and all that. So I do gotta say though that Aunt Rosemary never drank whiskey. Aunt Rosemary exclusively drank wine, white wine. Okay, that's all, nothing else. So I gotta say, whiskey. My hackles are up. My spine is. I'm getting upset because, man, in my life, whiskey was the fuel for hours and hours and years of abuse. I'm telling you right now, I'm like, there's a scene in one of Herman Melville's novel. It's the novel Redburn, where this sailor is on a voyage to England, right? And one of the sailors how do you say this? I used to know, but I haven't talked about this in 50 years. He suddenly, I think it's called involuntary combustion. There's a guy, and I think he's dead in a berth of this ship that the character Redburn's on, and this other character suddenly bursts into flames. It's called involuntary combustion. I think it's a real thing in science. This can't happen, and there's scientific explanations for it. Okay. So when you mention whiskey or show me anybody drinking whiskey, I'm about to involuntarily combust. I'm about to flame up. That's how upsetting whiskey is to me. So when I see this person who I believe is Bashuasi, and she has this whiskey glass, and it's clear to me, no, this person has drank, and I don't know how to say the word, drank in whiskey like this many times and likes it, and this is part of this person's life, you know. As it's not part of her life when she's in that hotel that she's trying to show everybody in the YouTube video she makes it. It's not part of her life that she even uses one of those hair dryers that you use on your hair. She probably never even uses one, so when she's in the hotel, she's saying, hey, what's this over? She's never been in a hotel almost. And she said, hey, let me see over here. And she drops whatever it is. Oh, it's a hair dryer, puts it back. Why is she doing that? Because she doesn't go to hotels like this. And she eats fast food, as she shows in the video. After she stays at this, well, I'm not sure she stays there. She's showing the viewer this is a hotel you as viewer might stay at. So does she stay the night there? No. She just shows the inside of a room and so on, and the various amenities in the room, and then she leaves. But she has a drink from that automated alcoholic beverage machine, and then she has a little something to eat from like a convenience store. It's like kind of a fast food Asian place. My wife and I ate in places like that when we were in Tokyo. We're not high rollers. When we're gonna have dinner, we go to the neighborhood grocery store and get microwavable stuff that we take back to our microwave. You know, like a dinner under $5 each of us. That's what we do when we're traveling, and we like that. This is great. We don't have to cook. My wife loves. She doesn't have to cook dinner or anything. And we get kind of like treats it's fun. But, you know, we see that Bashuasi's doing the same thing. So I say, oh, great. She's having Asian fast food the way we do. She's saying, you stay at this hotel where there isn't even a desk clerk. You want to be keep your identity hidden? There's no desk clerk even. Nobody knows you've gone there. And you can choose your own sheets. Now, I'm fondly remembering how when I saw with the person I believed was Bashuasi, when she was feeling those sheets with her hands, the longing way that she was feeling those sheets, like, wow. I sure wish that I could have sheets like this with the person I love. Wouldn't this be great? She's feeling these sheets like this in this longing way. I say, wow, this woman might even be a virgin. There are jokes in the United States. You know, there was a movie made, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Everybody's laughing. Well, my wife was a virgin at 35. And, well, she didn't marry till she was older than that. She stayed a virgin till marriage. So, am I surprised that the person I'm calling Bashuasi might be a virgin? No. I say in Asia, from what I've learned from my wife, this is not unusual in Asia. Okay, so in the United States, you're a virgin at this age. Well, I gotta say, since I'm on this topic, in my life, the idea of virginity, it never came up at all in relation to women. Like, was a woman a virgin? Was she not one? This didn't even figure into thoughts of mine at all. It wasn't there. So when my wife tells me when I meet her, I'm a virgin, I'm thinking she's a virgin. She's a virgin. I've never heard it. I mean, I know there are virgins and so on, and in my mother's generation, you were expected to be a virgin when you married and all this, but not in my generation. Not with the 1960s sexual revolution and all. That all went out the window. So by the time I'm like 40 years old, and I've never had a girlfriend even, and I've met someone who I said, well, this might be the one, right? My wife. Am I thinking, is she a virgin? I'm thinking nothing of the kind. So I learned from my wife. She's telling me about this person, that person, that there are virgins over there. Now, great. This is something I require of a woman. Is she a virgin? Is she not? Didn't matter to me at all. So on the same subject, I also hear in my various experiences that some of these terrorists who blow themselves up in the idea that they're conducting a holy war, I've heard that the reward they're supposed to get in their heaven is like a virgin woman or women as reward for this, you know. So that this idea of a virgin, it doesn't even exist almost anymore in American culture. It's not even there, as far as I know. But I'm not somebody who ever dated or talked to people about women or anything. My mother, like I say, anytime I tried to talk to my mother about women, she'd always say, "You'll have plenty of time for that." I'm 40 years old. I have plenty of time. Well, anyway, I don't think I ever did talk to her about women. I didn't. But she eventually, when I was 40 and I was starting at Gallaudet, she definitely did this. She said, "I've got 2 tickets to Arena Stage, and I'm not going to use them. You can have them. 2 tickets." I said, "Well, I don't know anybody, but thank you." So I found somebody to take. It was my wife.